So in this video we are going to install KDE Plasma 6.5 on FreeBSD 15, and like in FreeBSD 15 by default is not available this desktop environment. It is by default landed with this one. You can see here this command prompt. Okay, so that is the server edition something. But to later we can configure this KDE Plasma, that is the desktop environment, which is a very popular environment for the Linux or FreeBSD. You can apply this to the FreeBSD also, and we can directly jump to this demo. So I already booted my system and it's landed with this page, and let me log in to this machine remotely so that it is easy to type this command. So now we can see I put the uname -a, it is showing FreeBSD 15 and it is running on x86 platform, and it in the OS release you can see it is also 15.0 and release P1. Okay, so since the desktop environment is not available, so we are going to configure the desktop environment, that is the KDE Plasma 6.5, using the package installation. So I have prepared some steps, you can see. So one more important thing is that you can directly install the package on your operating system. So for the safer side, so I have the requirement, like sometimes I need to switch between this server edition and like the command prompt edition and the desktop environment, because the desktop environment basically consuming like more resources like memory and CPU. So that's why sometimes I did not prefer that one, but you can switch between different environment. So I go with like the previously have the feature like BECTL. You can create some boot environment so that it will not impacting to your original boot environment. Okay, so since it is using GFS file system, so it makes these things easier. Okay, so let me create one boot environment. First, that you need to check what is the current boot environment. You can see the NR flag should be the active one. Okay, so by default this one is available, the first one, and it is mounted on the root. Okay, so let me create one boot environment. To create one boot environment so that you can install the packages like KDE related package on this new boot environment, so that it will not impacting to your original one. Okay, so suppose after few days you are not interested with the desktop environment, you can switch back to this normal, that is the server edition. Okay, so first thing is that how to create one boot environment. The command is this one, BECTL create boot environment. Since I already created this boot environment, so I can install the package on this boot environment. Okay, so once you created this boot environment, you can use simple this command BECTL create any name like KDE6 or something. Then once you created that one, you need to mount this boot environment. Okay, to install the package on this boot environment. So the command is very simple. Mount your boot environment name, whatever you put. Now it's mounted on some mount point like MNT. We can again check. You can see now it is mounted on MNT. Okay, so let me install all these KDE Plasma packages on this boot environment using this mount point. Okay, so for that you can use this command. So these are the packages, essential package for the KDE Plasma, like Xorg, KDE and SDDM and Plasma 6. Okay, so this package we need to install. Once you mounted, so you can pass this extra argument like, but if you're not using this boot environment concept, then you can directly install the package using pkg. Then you can skip this part you can skip. Okay, -c, now that is the mount point. Okay, you can directly install on the root partition. Okay, using this command. Okay, so these are the additional steps if you want to prefer for the secondary boot environment. Otherwise not required at all, you can skip this one. Okay, so let me install some packages. It will take a couple of seconds. Since I already installed this package, most probably it will skip this part. Let me try this one. Now it is fetching the data. You can see it is processing this package. Now you can see if you try first time, it will take around like 1 GB of download size, and it will take additional 6 GB of hard disk. Okay, you can just hit enter yes, then it will download all these packages. In my case it's already pre-installed. Okay, so once the package is installed, you can see it is showing like Plasma 6.5. Okay, the 6.5 version is the latest version. So once you install this package, then you can go ahead for this next step. So the next step is like we need to add some of the additional driver. Okay, so based on your the hardware, like since I'm using AMD CPU, so for me I need to install update this one. Okay, so you need to install this package, common package, drm-kmod, no, that is the kernel module. Okay, so once you install this one, it is also installed. You can see this one also installed. Then after that we need to, based on your like graphics hardware, so I am using AMD, so I can use this one sysrc. So basically it will update your etc.rc.conf file. Okay, based on your like graphics hardware. Now it is update this KLD hardware, and after that you can use this dbus enable yes, and SDDM enable also yes, so that it will update your etc rc.conf file. Okay, we don't need to manually edit this file. You can double check this file also whether it's updated or not. Get this file, you can see these two parameters are added automatically once you invoke this command, this sysrc file. Okay, and one more additional thing, you need, because internally it is using sudo file system, so that's why we need to update this file system table also. VI it is a FSTF file, you need to make entry this one, proc file system, that is the process file system, which is basically the sudo file system. Okay, so you need to update this second line, that is proc mounted on proc and proc fs. Okay, once you save this file, then you need to mount this one without reboot, like mount to -a. Since I already mounted, so this step is not required for me. And one more important thing is that by default it is not allowing the root user to log in the desktop environment, so that is the KDEPlasma desktop environment. So you need to create a one normal user, so you can follow the steps like add user or some commands is there to create one new user, and you can set the password of that new user also. So once you set the password of the new user, one important thing is that you need to add this user to this group, otherwise this desktop environment will not work. Okay, either you can use this command, add it to but this one is the mandatory group. Okay, video group. Okay, you can additionally add these two groups. Okay, so otherwise this group is fine. PW, that is the password, you can set the password, the changing the group of that user. You can put your username, in my case it is like user1. Okay, so we can check that one, ID user1, search user. Okay, so it is mounted on the that is the another boot environment, so that's why it's not showing. Okay, let me show you that one. So since it is available all these things on the MNT, so let me activate this boot environment so that this NR flag should be come to here. Okay, and this one is mounted as root. Okay, so these are the additional step. It is not required if you are directly installed in the operating system instead of creating this boot environment, secondary boot environment. Okay, so let me activate this one. You can see I activated this boot environment so that in the next boot reboot, okay, this one will be the the active one, okay, instead of this default one, because I installed all the package on this KDE6 boot environment. Okay, so you can double check this one, you can see the difference. Now the R flag is coming to here. Okay, so what it indicate, like in the next reboot, this one become the that is the active boot environment instead of this one. Okay, so let me reboot this machine. We can see what the changes. Now we expect this desktop environment should come because I already installed all these packages and created the user, and I assigned this user to the video group. Okay, so that it will automatically come the desktop environment. Okay, so now we can see this desktop environment is coming, and here like you can put this username. Like in my case I created the user one, then the password I put. Now you can see the KDE Plasma is loaded. Yeah, so this is the KDE Plasma. You can maximize the screen also in the view. You can click on the adjust window size or something. Let me try. Then you can maximize. Yeah, now it's work, but before that we need some additional package. I think that is it is running inside VirtualBox, so that's why some additional package is required, like VirtualBox guest edition or something. I already documented that one, so I can show you like what are the package. um, yeah, so this package, you need to install this package. Okay, once you reboot, okay, so by default it will not come. Once you activate your boot environment, restart session. Yeah, now we can see the difference. What is the difference? BECTL list. You can see this BECTL list. Now this one is my active boot environment. Okay, and if I check KG info grep plasma, now it is showing this package manager like 6.5.4. Okay, and if you're interested for this VirtualBox guest edition package, you can install this one, package install this one. And most important thing, as I told you, you can add your group, add your users group to this group, video group. Okay, this one is important one. Okay, otherwise it will not work. And one more thing is that in VirtualBox environment you need to select this one. I will tell you. Go to your VM, and you can see here the graphics controller, this line. Okay, by default it is not selecting that one. You can see in the other virtual machine by default it is selecting like VM SVGA. Okay, so you should not select that one, you should select VBox SVGA. Okay, then this graphical interface will work perfectly. Okay, and yeah, this is all about how to install this KDEPlasma. And one more important thing is that you can switch between different environment using boot control. This is the additional step. This is not required for the KDEPlasma. This is the features of this FreeBSD. Okay, So now we are in what is called like a boot environment, that is the desktop environment. You can explore all these things here. There is a lot of options are available. Terminal key console something, yeah. So this is the terminal in KDEPlasma. Yes, so the look and feel is far better. Uname -a IPA. Okay. Su hyphen switch to root. Oh, I think if config. Yeah, the all IP address, all these things are here. And here you can see also in the graphical interface some X term is there. X terminal also available. You can put like X clock. So clock is coming. And you can use X calc. Calculator also coming. Like that, these features also available. Basically the graphical externals. Yeah, so this is all about how to install this KDEPlasma on FreeBSD 15. And if you're interested to switch back to your like normal server environment, you can use this one. You need to activate this environment, that is the default one. Okay, so later I'll tell you BECTL list. So now the current boot environment is mounted as this one, that is the KDE6 on root. Then you need to mount this one on a temporary environment, and I mean install any package if you're interested, otherwise it's not required, and you need to activate this one. Okay, so that in the next reboot again this one will be activated. Okay, so these are the optional steps. Okay, so this is all about KDE6 installation on that is FreeBSD. Thank you guys.